I still mourn your brother, Adios, who died so bravely at Halicarnassus.
Everybody plays the fool, even the most noble of actors.
You can't go to them.
Yeah, I will.
No, you can't.
I think I will.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 comedic performances by serious actors.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
For this list, we're focusing on performers that are closely associated with pure drama, but have also stretched their acting muscles by taking on a challenging comedic role.
You just start your countdown, and old Bucky will be back here before you can say, blast off!
Number 10, Brad Pitt as Chad Feldheimer, Burn After Reading.
I'm a mere good Samaritan.
He's known for his brooding intensity and cocksure grin, yet Brad Pitt channeled his inner meathead for this bizarre Coen Brothers black comedy.
Perhaps. But appearances can be deceptive.
When the oddball trainer named Chad Feldheimer becomes the unassuming owner of a seemingly top-secret compact disc, his life suddenly takes on a new meaning.
I think that's the shit, man. The raw intelligence.
With goofball dialogue and equally strange physical mannerisms, the character was a welcome departure from Pitt's typical dramatic roles, even if the narrative took a dark turn for poor Chad. Number 9, Dustin Hoffman as Michael Dorsey and Dorothy Michaels, Tootsie. Today, it's commonplace for actors to step into the shoes of the opposite sex.
See this laundry? You know what it costs? And the makeup? I don't know how a woman could keep herself attractive and not starve these days.
Back in the 80s, however, moviegoers were not used to watching A-list male performers slap on red lipstick and high heels.
George. It's Michael Dorsey, okay? Your favorite client.
How are you?
Last time you got me a job, it was a tomato.
Yeah? Swear to God.
Leave it to an actor's actor like Dustin Hoffman to welcome such a challenge in a comedy about conflicting personas and gender roles. 3 years after his Academy Award-winning performance in Kramer vs. Kramer, Hoffman wore the figurative and literal dress perfectly alongside comic legend Bill Murray and flexed his performance muscles in dual roles.
I think we're getting into a weird area here.
This is smart. What about this? Seriously.
Well, you look like you should be ringing a school bell.
You know, this may seem silly to you, but this is our first date. You just want to look pretty for her.
Number 8, George C. Scott as General Buck Turgidson, Dr. Strangelove.
The Rusky talks big, but frankly, we think he's short of know-how. I mean, you just can't expect a bunch of ignorant peons to understand a machine like some of our boys. And that's not meant as an insult, Mr. Ambassador. I mean, you take your average Rusky, we all know how much guts he's got. Hell, look at all of them Nazis killed off, and they still wouldn't quit.
A few years before winning and declining an Oscar for playing General Patton, George C. Scott served up a legitimately uproarious performance as a different general in Dr. Strangelove.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Navigating the war room during a time of perceived national crisis, General Buck Turgidson conveyed a stern military demeanor while retaining a sense of psychotic paranoia. And that was the ideal combo for such a role.
I don't know exactly how to put this, sir, but are you aware of what a serious breach of security that would be? I mean, you'll see everything. You'll see the big board.
After all, supreme nationalism may lead one to have a twisted sense of reality, and Stanley Kubrick elicited a brilliant and farcical performance from Scott, who perfectly captured the feeling of a man on edge.
If, on the other hand, we were to immediately launch an all-out and coordinated attack on all their airfields and missile bases, we'd stand a damn good chance of catching them with their pants down.
Number 7, Colin Farrell as Bobby Pellet, Horrible Bosses.
3 hours late. What's the deal?
I was at your father's funeral.
Well, maybe that excuse would have flown when my dad was here, but I'm in charge now.
He's a real SOB with a crippling cocaine habit, standing out as the douchiest of all the horrible bosses in this comedy. Up until this point, Farrell was mostly known for being a dramatic heartthrob, but that all changed with a devastating comb-over and a jaw-dropping performance as a dipshit cokehead son.
Is that my brain? Take my temperature. Have you any roofies? I want a lollipop.
Farrell was brilliant by physically portraying the nervous tics of his paranoid character and delivering hilarious one-liners that don't always make sense, but make us laugh regardless.
You're looking at the state of Bobbyville. Okay? Deal with it.
Farrell let loose and flawlessly fit the bill.
You either fire the fatty or you fire the cripple,
All right, fire all three of you.
Number 6, Jeff Bridges as Jeffrey the Dude Lebowski, the Big Lebowski.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
In 1998, filmmakers didn't exactly have Jeff Bridges on speed dial for comedic roles.
Has it ever occurred to you that instead of running around blaming me, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex.
The Coen brothers knew Bridges was the perfect fit for this dark comedy, though, casting him as the ultimate lazy Los Angelino known as the Dude.
I'm the dude, man.
As said dude, he captured the essence of a California version of a Venetian king in his own unique way. And by that we mean he was the prototypical slacker man.
Mind if I do it, Jay?
Social detachment, bowling, weed.
My career's slowed down a little lately.
Jeff Bridges brought the character to life, even if the Dude was perpetually tired.
That makes me feel very secure. Dude. That makes me feel very warm inside.
Dude.
Number 5, Meryl Streep as Madeline Ashton, Death Becomes Her.
My ass. I can see my ass.
With 2 Oscar wins already to her name and 7 more nominations by 1992, Meryl Streep effectively flipped the script on typecasting with the outrageous Madeline Ashton, the queen bee of eternal torment.
Oh yeah, you're all runny.
With Goldie Hawn at her side, Streep was paired up with one of the best, as a secretive potion became the defining ingredient of their chaotic existence.
I can see right through you. Speaking of which, as a friend, some advice. I would stay out of a bathing suit for a while. At least 2 piece.
Given the outrageous premise, Streep was afforded ample room to remove herself from typical performance ideologies, while still playing the role of a serious actress. And yes, she killed it.
You brought this on yourself.
Madeline!
Number 4, Ralph Fiennes as Monsieur Gustave H, the Grand Budapest Hotel.
I'm afraid that's me, darling.
When it comes to drama, there's nobody quite like Ralph Fiennes.
I beat the living shit out of a sniveling little runt called Pinky Bandinsky, who had the gall to question my virility.
He played an SS commander in Schindler's List and made the world weep as the English patient.
I promise. I'll never leave you.
With such a resume, he was an ideal casting choice for Wes Anderson's acclaimed film, in which he portrayed the esteemed Gustave H, a most flamboyant concierge of the Grand Budapest Hotel.
I go to bed with all my friends.
Given a palpable amount of dialogue to work with and the unique framing devices of the director, Fiennes navigated his domain with flair and charm.
I've never seen her like that before.
No, sir.
She was shaking like a shitting dog.
He was simply marvelous, darlings.
You're looking so well, darling. You really are. They've done a marvelous job. I don't know what sort of cream they've put on you down at the morgue, but I want some.
Number 3, Jeff Daniels as Harry Dunne, Dumb and Dumber.
We successfully mated a bulldog with a Shih Tzu.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, we called it a bullshit.
It's a cinematic crime to be unfamiliar with Dumb and Dumber. But what you may not realize is that upon being cast in the Farrell brothers classic, Jeff Daniels was coming off roles in the Civil War drama Gettysburg and the action blockbuster Speed.
Shoot the hostage.
Where some folks know Daniels as a prestigious soldier or a SWAT team member, most associate him with... Alongside Jim Carrey, Daniels' turn as Harry Dunne remains one of the most wonderfully absurd comedic performances of the modern era.
I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention.
As he brought a goofy, childlike charm to the intelligence-challenged duo.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp! You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd! You can't triple stamp a double stamp!
Number 2, Robert De Niro as Paul Vitti. Analyze this.
You are very good.
There's a lot more to it than that.
You're very good, you.
There are underlying things
You understand me? No, you're right. You're right on the money.
Best known for playing several iconic gangsters in hard-hitting dramas, Robert De Niro decided to lighten things up with Analyze This.
Please don't kill me.
I'm just gonna ask you if you like Tony Benn.
Under the direction of one Harold Ramis, Bobby D played the conflicted mafioso Paul Vitti, a man who can't seem to remove the insecurity from his tough guy persona.
You're reaching out to me.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to you.
coming out around the same time that James Gandolfini and Lorraine Bracco so brilliantly demonstrated a unique patient-psychiatrist relationship on The Sopranos. De Niro tossed all the drama aside here and kicked off a new career in comedy.
You know what I do when I'm mad, Paul? I hit a pillow. Just hit the pillow. See how you feel.
There's your pillow.
Feel better?
Yeah, I do.
Before we unveil our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Can this George Glass do this to you?
What's that? Holy shit. That's not... What is that? Oh, no, that's, dog's blood.
I'll even floss in the shower while the conditioner is in my hair, during the part when you're just supposed to leave it in. Those things can really add up to a significant time saving.
#1, Tom Cruise as Les Grossman, Tropic Thunder.
First, take a big step back and literally f your own face!
Tom Cruise has spent his vast career primarily working in drama, but in 2008, he delivered a comedic performance unlike anything we'd seen before, as a foul-mouthed, balding movie executive with a love of the music of Flo Rida.
See, this is the good part, Pecker. It's when Joe gets
In a film full of A-list comedic talent, it was Cruise who stole the thunder and closed the door on all his competition.
Player.
It was so unusual a departure for the unrecognizable Cruise that unsuspecting moviegoers were left with their jaws dropped upon learning he was the beefy Les Grossman during the end credits. Do you agree with our list?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
What's your favorite comedic performance by a serious actor? For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I don't know what it contains. I don't know what it represents. I don't know what it is.